Hi, I'm Donetto Didison,
I'm Jessica Rossi from Remax Professionals.
and today we're going to teach you how to measure a house inside and out. To get started, we need a couple of different things. So we have a measuring tape that we typically use for the exterior, and then we also sometimes use the digital measuring tape for the interior. So you can see that outside we're measuring the outside of the house right now. Right now we've only have half of it because there's a little bit of a jog. So when you have a jog in the front of a house or in any part of a house, you have to measure that too to be able to compensate for it. Okay, so as you can see, this is half of the exterior of the front of the house. You can see that we have a 1 foot jog here, so we're just going to measure that and then account for that later when we're putting our final measurements on our data input sheet. Okay, so as you can see, we're just measuring the other side of the front of the house now that we've gotten that jog and that first side measurement. Okay, so here we go. Now, we're doing the same thing on the side of the house. These are steps that we're going to repeat throughout the entire house, the whole circumference. Now, if you don't have a friend with you to help you measure like I do today, then you have a stake sometimes at the bottom of these things where you're able to just stake down the top of the measuring tape. Okay, hold on, I'm just going to open this fence. You would stake down the measuring tape and then just do this from the base of the house. Okay, so now we're inside of the house and we're going to measure. You're going to notice in my hand I'm holding up a digital measuring tape as opposed to the physical one that we had outside. The reason for that is it's just a lot easier to measure with something like this, okay, just on the inside. Now, there's a bunch of different functions on the front of this, and you're going to notice that one of the functions there, it allows, if you click it, it makes sure that when you're measuring from the base of this and not from the top, so you're not losing any inches. So you might want to just make sure that you've checked that off so that you're not missing any square footage in the house, okay? All you have to do to measure the inside of a home is to put it against the furthest wall, and then you're going to see the little red light, and then you click, and we'll do this again. Okay, so, and then you would be writing down those measurements. So now we're going into the bathroom, which is a little bit funny, but as we're going in here, you're going to notice that some people measure the bathroom, but a lot of people don't. What is important to remember in bathrooms is that you have to state where it is, so main floor, lower level, that type of thing. You also need to state how many pieces are in the bathroom, okay? So in an instance like this, this would be considered a 4-piece bathroom. The tub and the shower are considered 2 separate pieces, as well as, of course, the toilet and the sink. Okay, so we've made our way downstairs, and there's a couple of key important things that you're going to want to make sure that you look at downstairs, okay? So one of the things is the hot water tank. Now, the hot water tank can be electrical or it can be gas. So a key indicator of what type of a tank is it is the stack right here. So this here indicates that it is a natural gas hot water tank. Another indicator, if you're not 100% sure, would just be this down here. It's also for a natural gas hot water tank. So when you're doing a quick inspection of a home and you want to know what type of tank it is, if you look at those 2 things, if they're there, you know it's a gas hot water tank. Okay, so now we're looking at the furnace. So one of the things to figure out with a furnace, the biggest thing I guess, is it high efficiency, mid efficiency, or low efficiency furnace? The biggest indicator on if it's a high efficiency furnace is if it's venting outside. So this home was built in about the 70s, and so obviously the furnace isn't set to an outside wall, but if you looked up at all the piping, you're going to see that it goes all the way and it does vent outside. This is a high efficiency furnace. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you found it useful and you now know how to measure a house.